What is this? Denims cooked
The
you?
fair use inquiry does not ask whether the criticism or parody of the copyrighted work is just or accurate or mean-spirited, but simply whether the use is of the kind that copyright is designed to protect. If I went on stream and I watched Hasan's broadcast and I said, his head is way too big and it bothers me, that would be a factually incorrect statement. That would be
what the
protected with fair
fuck?
use. You don't.
What? Bro, this bullshit ass lawsuit was 300 pages of me eating dick and balls. And then she wins the fucking lawsuit and then she redirects the enmity back. What the hell is going on? I can't catch a motherfucking break up in these parts, bro. Literally. The half of the lawsuit, which is so funny that, like, obviously we covered it here, so you are aware of this, and if you're in Denims' community, you're aware of this. But like the overwhelming majority of the content that Ethen and his like dumbass lawyer put together in this lawsuit was just like saying I'm Adolf Hitler or saying I'm the Grand Mufti and Snark is Adolf Hitler. I don't know. Everyone was Hitler in this lawsuit, which is supposed to be a copyright lawsuit. So I was already fucking eating mad dick on this lawsuit, and then she wins the lawsuit, and then she redirects it back at me.
Don't need to make statements that are accurate for them to be defended under fair use. Fair use is only asking whether or not you are creating a new product and transforming a work.
Denims got a W in court. I'll say the truth that no one else will say. The judge was a snarker. The judge was anti-Semitic. The judge was in Discord chats clearly. The judge was a denim simp. The judge didn't know the law. The judge loves violating copyright himself. And perhaps, most importantly, I paid the judge, and the judge did CPS. Worst of all, the judge was Hamas.
Ethen had won, or if he wins on appeal, make no mistake, every single React streamer on the internet is completely and totally boned.
Every single one of these streamers does reaction videos. Okay? This would have opened up the floodgates. Every single one of these streamers have done reaction videos to shit that I've put out, ironically enough. Imagine if I, who, you know, has a decent amount of money, imagine if I did a fraction of the frivolous lawsuit pursuit that Ethen Klein engaged in against some of the worst demonic entities on the internet.
The lawsuit asserts that there has to be some kind of like conspiracy with the H3 Snark mods, but I've never communicated with any of them in any way. So what exactly did I say that?
Yeah, that's the most schizo part of this. It's there's so much schizo shit going on here. Like Ethen Klein has genuinely lost his fucking mind. But I think he legitimately thinks that there is like a coordinated effort that he is, I guess, decided to call Snark. Which Snark exists, right? Like for celebrities, obviously, Ethen Klein happens to run one of the most robust Snark subreddits for me, and Denims, and Casey Tron, and Frogan, and whoever Ethen fucking has decided is not sufficiently pro-Israel. The funniest part about all of this is that Ethen Klein thinks that there is like a coordinated effort to besmirch his reputation. And that's because he's a fucking narcissist. Okay? He does not understand that his own fan base turned on him because of his own output. This was something that I tried to gently communicate to him back when we had a podcast together. And instead of listening to what I had to say to him as a friend and a co-host at the time, he chose to unleash war upon me and virtually anyone else that had ever appeared on my stream or had shown support to my worldview. It was mind-boggling. It's like with Denims. I've had such little contact with Denims. Like, I've seen her at TwitchCon. You know what I mean? I have no, like, we're not coordinating with one another. Okay? Since that fallout, by the way, Ethen Klein has burned so much goodwill. He has lost 500,000 subs. Like, he is burning his channel. He's burning his reputation. And he's burning a good deal of money. The only thing that connects myself, Denims, Frogan, Casey Tron, and numerous other people like Noah Samson that Ethen is still also, I think, trying to sue, and iDubbbz, is that we have a shared perspective on Israel's genocide of the Palestinians. Okay? We know one another. We're friendly with one another. I appreciate their voice in this space. But that's it. Ethen thought that was enough to create a bizarre grand conspiracy where we're all coordinating with one another and coordinating with a bunch of fans in Discord circles and subreddits to besmirch his good reputation, which is ironic because, I mean, I'm friends with these people too, for the record. I'm not doing the Ludwig coworker shit, okay? I like these people, okay? I'm friends. But we're not like talking to one another all the fucking time. Do you see what I mean? I'm not doing the coworker wig shit. I'm just saying that we're not in constant fucking contact with one another to like ruin Ethen Klein's life, and we're getting together and talking to fans and doing all this stuff. We're not like, we're not devising devilish plots against Ethen Klein in the way that he thinks is happening, okay? I would go to their funerals. I hope that, I die before them, but, like, we all have our own goals. We all have our own thing. We align on a lot of issues politically. And I've, of course, defended them as well because they've done things worthy of defense. They were unjustly maligned, attacked endlessly, ruthlessly. And the irony is there was a coordinated effort. It just wasn't happening on our side. It was happening to us. Okay? The coordinated effort was pure projection from Ethen Klein because that's what he was doing. He was doing this with the internet's most ruthless sex pest doxer, cult leader, Sex Pestiny, whose podcast co-host is a sponsor of H3H3 podcasts, redact.dev, right? They were the ones who were actually trying to get institutions involved, organizations like the ADL involved deliberately in this conversation. That's what happened. It was always pure projection. His accusations were confessions.
The last thing I would want while I'm vacationing in Japan is to be fucking linked 100 times some video from a deranged ex of mine, right? If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else.
So she wasn't even saying, don't watch Ethen Klein's video, watch me instead. She was saying, don't bother Hassan with this nonsensical bullshit. He's in Japan, which, by the way, ironically enough, part of the reason why I didn't cover it in Japan was because Donald Trump had just gotten elected, and I'm a fucking 34-year-old adult who happens to be a political commentator. Oh my God. Not only that, but Israel's genocide was obviously continuing. And I brought both of those things up all the time whenever people were like, what are you, scared? You scared that Ethen is destroying your soul, destroying your career? Are you fucking scared? And I'd be like, no, I have real news to cover. And they would be like, oh my God, he is so terrified. Lo and behold, it turns out, Ethen already was scheming, apparently, by his own admission. He was scheming to try to trap people into legal battles, myself included. It obviously didn't work. He fucking cried on camera, being like, why won't he watch my fucking context nuke? You were clearly dodging the content nuke according to 3 mental illness subreddits. It's one of the funniest things that I've ever encountered in my professional career for the last 13 years. The idea that this like low IQ demon who has no fucking concept, who has no conceptualization, no understanding, no historical context whatsoever of like the Israel-Palestinian conflict that has spanned far beyond October 7th, that I was worried about his mental prowess, his compilation of YouTube videos, his compilation of clips, all nefariously clipped over the course of the last 2 years at that point by my cyber stalkers. And I kept telling everybody, look, if you want to hear my response to the context nuke, I already delivered it to you a month ago before the context nuke came out. Why do I have a video out there that was already responding to all of these claims? Well, perhaps it's because I know exactly where these claims were coming from. It was coming from Epstein's community of serial doxers and cyber stalkers and mass harassers. But no one wanted to go and do the work. No one wanted to go and do the work. And they just decided to live in their weird, hallucinating, alternative reality where they thought Ethen Klein had bested me intellectually. An intellectual giant had destroyed me. Ironic because, like, looking back at the context nuke now, especially as the public approval on Israel has obviously fallen into the gutter, go give it a rewatch. Not all of you, but what I would wish for all of the initial, you should watch the context nuke. Why won't you react to the context nuke? I wish they could hear me now. I wish that they could potentially turn back and rewatch it to see what they saw back then versus how they feel now. How dare you not address the personalized equivalent to this while you were in another continent? Yeah. There were a million reasons as to why I didn't watch it, and it was literally the right move not to watch it. One, because it pissed off Ethen further. He literally cried on camera demanding that I watch it. That was good enough. Two, it was because I had already responded to all of the accusations and will continue to respond to all of those accusations for the rest of my career, most likely. Not because Ethen is some brilliant guy who brought up fantastic points, but because the community that actually compiled those clips took those clips to the ADL, Richie Torres. Those clips have now made their way into the congressional record. Not that it matters. It didn't matter. It didn't matter for Mallory McMorrow when she tried to use some of those clips against both me and Abdul Al-Sayed. Today's the day where Mallory McMorrow has officially dropped out of the Senate run in Michigan.
So from the bottom of my heart, if you would like to help me fight this appeal to defend React content on the internet, please go to ethenkleinlied.com and donate $5, $10, $20, really any amount that you're able to. Thank you again to everyone who has supported me and believed in me. And as I said before, I look forward to beating Ethen Klein in court. Besides that, I stream on Twitch Thursday through Sunday.
Great video. I'm glad that Denims won our lawsuit. I'm glad that copyright is protected on the internet, that Ethen wasn't able to go back and destroy his own precedent from his previous lawsuit. But it's been an insane year, I won't lie. Insane couple of years, as a matter of fact.